If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me.
What's up, guys? This is Better Than Static, your weekly nerdy news podcast, hopefully funny podcast. I'm Tyler, and with me, got Lucas,
Hey.
and I got Chris.
My name is John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
That is a lie. That's not what is on
His
your
name is my name too.
I hate you
I
both.
identify as John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Well, now that we're behind that cringy intro, or no, we're behind the cringy intro is behind us.
Intro.
Does anybody have any weekly updates they'd like to inform us of, or no? We can move on into topics. It's whatever you guys want to do.
I have a weekly update, but it might be, but it's gross.
Go for it, dude.
I pooped a lot this week.
Okay.
It's not the first time we talked about poop. Like, is that a good thing? Are you not used to pooping that much?
No, like I pooped like bad. Like Sunday and Monday and yesterday. And a little bit today.
What caused all the poop?
I don't know. I sent my blood off and my poop off to get tested for hepatitis.
What?
Hey,
Hopefully you don't have Hep A.
Yeah, that would not be good.
we'll find out.
There has been a couple
Been cases in
breakouts
Kentucky, that's what.
from fast food restaurants and stuff. I've been seeing that in the news.
Which ones have they said in the news can...
There was a McDonald's in Berea, I think.
Oh, gosh.
And I think something in like Rock Castle or something like that. I know there was two of them in two different places.
Chris, have you eaten in Berea or Rockcastle County?
I haven't left the county in probably weeks,
Okay.
so no.
As long as it's not the E. coli. We had like the romaine lettuce. That was a big E. coli breakout. That could have been E. coli or something, man.
No, I looked up the symptoms of E. coli and it didn't line up at all. So,
Well, that's good. At least you don't have E.
aside from the
coli.
diarrhea.
So that's some great news to look to. I'm trying to think if I have any news. Not really. I went to watch Deadpool 2. It was good. I liked it. It was just as good as the first one, I thought.
Sweet. I'll probably go watch it this weekend. So
Something we need to watch this weekend, because you're coming to London this weekend, right?
yeah,
We need to go watch the new Han Solo movie. It comes out this weekend.
yeah.
I'm so pumped. I want to see it so bad.
I'm more excited for Deadpool than I am Solo.
Why are you not
I'm
excited,
not
for Solo?
for Solo whatsoever
Why not?
because it doesn't look very good.
I think it looks great.
It's got a 71% right now on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to go watch the movie because one, it's Star Wars, and it's Donald Glover playing Lando Calrissian, which just sounds amazing. But
That's who they should have made a movie about.
They should have made it
Yeah.
about Lando Calrissian. That'd be cool.
I know they said at some film festival, one of the directors of Star Wars said that the next one was potentially, or one of them will be about Lando, potentially.
That would be good. Because like I don't even think we're gonna know much about Lando after this movie. Like we'll know he's a gambler, and we'll figure out the whole story behind him, like Han Solo getting Millennium Falcon from him. But I don't think we're gonna learn much from him as a character, other than that he worked in like the smuggling business with Han. So.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Which, I mean, you don't really know much about him in the old movie. He's in like 3 scenes, I feel like, but
Yeah, he's not in a lot. He's so we could definitely use some exposition on his character.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm excited for Woody Harrelson as well in this movie. Like, so Donald Glover, Woody Harrelson, Khaleesi, like Emilia Clarke, like she's not the best actress. But
She
like
does okay.
she's gotten a lot better. She's got like her career has gotten up.
She's got her eyebrows move a lot.
Yeah,
She's got
they're
movie
awesome.
eyebrows.
I'm all about them.
No, I was gonna say she has moving eyebrows, but everybody does. But hers move more than most
Yeah.
people.
Are hers
She's
like The
very
Rock?
expressive. More expressive than The Rock.
What?
She puts The Rock to shame.
By
Yeah,
far.
No, there's no way.
yeah no,
Yeah.
they are crazy.
Can they move as high as The Rock's?
Oh, yeah.
And they move a
No,
lot
he's like comes up to
horizontally, too.
here.
They look
Yeah,
like
no.
sometimes they look like a caterpillar crawling.
Yeah, there was a video of her where she was like doing the wave with her eyebrows.
I need to see
They're
this
like-
video because that sounds amazing.
Why are you
I
getting
think it
so
was on
hot
like
about somebody's
the
eyebrows, you weirdo.
it was like on like the Graham Norton show or
That's
something. like
that's a
that.
It was
random
on the Graham
thing.
Norton show.
Yeah,
Oh goodness.
they're
So I guess
They're
since, but like I want Han Solo to be good. I don't know anything about the dude that's playing Han. But
Nobody
Yeah.
does, except he was
I-
Beast and Beauty and the Beast, I think.
no.
What's
That
his
was the
name?
guy
It's-
from
Oh, it was?
that wasn't the
Oh.
guy. It was crap.
Never mind them.
What's the FX show? Legion. That's Beauty and the Beast. That's Beast from Beauty and the Beast. I can't think of his name.
I have no idea.
I'm sure Dan Stevens.
That's it. Yeah. That's the guy from Legion. He
He
plays
looks
Beauty
like
and
I've
the Beast.
seen him in something before, though.
He's been in other stuff besides Legion and Beauty and the Beast. I just don't know what. He's like another aloof actor that not many people know much about.
I know.
He reminds me of Ewan McClellan,
Who?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ewan McGregor,
McGregor.
yeah, not McClellan.
How big of a Star Wars fan are you, Tyler?
Well, the prequels were just fan fictions. I didn't actually like them.
Oh, shut up.
But he looks like, doesn't Dan Stevens kind of look like Ewan McGregor?
No,
I think he does.
I don't think they do at all.
Look up Ewan McGregor in Big Fish and Dan Stevens and compare the two.
I think I've seen this. I think that the only reason I've seen this guy is because he was on the Graham Norton show.
What is the Graham Norton show? I've never watched it.
It's like a British late night show. Yeah, Dan Stevens doesn't look like Ewan McGregor.
I think he does. I'm gonna keep saying he does.
Okay, well he doesn't.
No, he does. He does. It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah, Kirby, it's okay to be wrong.
You
just
shut
so
your
you
mouth.
know.
So I guess like kind of on the since we're on the movie kind of scene, actor that we're going to talk a lot about, or a fair amount this episode.
Talking about your week, were you trying to segue me into a weekly update thing?
I did. Okay, so that's why I said I don't know if you want to share or not.
Did you see me hit facepalm because I finally realized what you were wanting me to do?
I did not, but here's the thing, Chris. I didn't know if you wanted to share that or not, so I left it open. That way, if you wanted to, you could, and if you didn't, you didn't have to.
Oh, well, I'm not. I will be for the listeners that somehow don't know, because most people that listen we know and already know this. But
Hey, Drunky got us a lot more viewers, and then also Podbean, where we were the featured podcast on Podbean, we
Hey,
got more followers.
let's ride his coattails some more. Then How
Let's
about
do
that?
it. Yeah, I'm all about it.
But I'm starting an internship in Lexington for Kentucky Sports Radio on Tuesday, and I'll be there for like a month and a half, and I'll come home and I'll be unemployed. So we'll see what happens.
Maybe you get another job from KSR. We could
Yeah,
ride your
maybe
coattail.
Maybe it'll lead into KSR some way.
If it doesn't, I'll come home and I'll find the new job, because I was getting pretty restless at my current job anyway.
Yeah, okay, so
And here's the thing: ever since I started that job, I've been sicker than I've ever been in my entire life.
it's because you're coming in contact with so many different people.
That's what I'm thinking. I need a job where I don't see anybody.
You need a job like mine.
I need KSR to put me in a back room and type up blogs and stuff. I don't need to see the public.
That would be amazing for you. But like, so the way I'm gonna say this in my head, I think it sounds good. But if it doesn't, I'm sorry. I mean this in the best way possible. You deserve more than your current job, and I think that's awesome that you're taking a leap of faith with the KSR internship. Hopefully that sounded as good as it sounded in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know how it was supposed to be bad.
I didn't want you to think that I was saying your job right now wasn't worth much, but I think
I mean, it's worth about $8.20.
I mean, yeah, but you're worth more than that. Is what I'm trying. I'm trying to be a good friend, and
I know. I'm just saying that's like, yeah.
but
I
yeah.
know what you mean.
So you said we were riding Drunkie's coattail because he's getting us more viewers. You're going to be getting us more viewers. You'll be famous with KSR, dude.
Look. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna be that. And for people that aren't from around here, I'll explain. It's a sports talk radio show. If you hadn't figured that out by the title, but it's like probably the biggest radio talk show in the state, probably one of the biggest ones in the country, especially considering how specifically localized it is to Kentucky. It's way
Yeah.
bigger than it. I mean, not like it shouldn't be big, but like, yeah.
It's
So,
it's a big deal. Like, because here's the thing. In our state, it's huge. Everybody knows it, and like that's a prestigious role. I think. Like I'm behind you. This is an awesome thing for you. We'll be riding your coattail. I'm gonna hold on tight, and hold.
Well, I don't think it's gonna get me like that clout, like podcast clout. I mean, it might get me like job clout, but that's it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna give you a lot of clout. You just gotta believe. Speaking of someone with a lot of clout, this gives me a really good segue. Why did I say that as a segue? But speaking of someone that has a lot of,
Gosh,
I ruined it.
Had to say
Uh,
you did.
But I want to acknowledge that I'm getting better at segues. I'm seeing where I can segue. So
But that's where you ruin it, is whenever you acknowledge that you're getting better at them. You're actually not getting better at them.
listen, one day I'll do it without having to stop and say, "Hey guys, did you see that? Did you see that awesome segue?" But anyways,
See
some-
what I did there? See what I did
see what
there?
it did. Someone that's got a lot of clout and that is accepting a new role is Michael B. Jordan. So Michael B. Jordan has now confirmed that he will be in Rooster Teeth's new anime. It's an anime, right? I know it's anime. Yeah, it's anime.
Yeah.
Called Genlock. Don't know a lot about Genlock yet. Hopefully they'll announce more about it. We're going to RTX this August, so hopefully that starts
He's
picking
gonna
up.
be there.
That's what I was hoping. I was hoping
Yeah.
he's gonna be there. But let's talk about a lot of the clout that Michael B. Jordan has. So what has he been in that you guys really enjoy a whole lot?
Hardball.
Chronicle.
Okay, I've watched both of those. Hardball is a class. It's not a classic because it's not Oscar winning or anything, but it is such a great movie.
Hardball? It is a classic.
It is a
Hardball is a classic, hands down.
Like, has it won an Oscar or anything? Because it should.
I don't know. I have no idea. It should have, because it's amazing.
Oh no, it catches you right in the feels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love it when you call me Big
Papa,
Papa.
put your hands in the air if
That's
you're a
enough.
true player. No, it's such a great.
Okay. This is a weird segue, but this reminded me of a video I saw. So when we get to that section, when we get to that portion of the podcast, I'll bring a video I saw up on YouTube.
Oh, your meme moment or different
not-
segment?
It's just, I mean, it's not like a meme really, but it's like
But it's a funny
it's
video.
just weird.
We're still workshopping the name. We're still working it out. But yeah, so Michael B. Jordan's been on Chronicle. Chronicle's good. That was one of my first found footage movies I watched was Chronicle, and I really enjoyed it.
Was he in Chronicle?
Yeah. Which is 2012. You guys don't know. It's where the kids find the asteroid and like get superpowers or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I don't remember him being in it.
He plays Steve Montgomery. I got it. I've got my iPad right here to actually go through.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. And Chronicle's not on that list. I love the movie Chronicle. It's awesome.
He's on the list because like on the list I have, he's on it. It's on his filmography. But some other things that he's been in that, one thing that he's been in that I know me and Lucas both really enjoyed was Creed, which was the new, like it's not really a reboot because it's a continuation of the Rocky series, but it's like focusing on Victor
It's
Creed's.
pretty much a reboot. I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause,
it's
like, the
kind
new
of
main character is-
phasing out Rocky and bringing in a new up and coming boxer in Adonis Creed.
Yeah, and like that. So speaking of Hardball, bringing out the feels and stuff, Creed does the same. It makes you feel amped, and it makes you feel sad, and it makes you feel happy. It's just, it's like it's such a good movie, and I reckon it's like anything Michael B. Jordan that has been in that we've mentioned thus far, so far, because I might mention something a little bit later that you shouldn't go watch, but thus far has been really well. Like, it's been really well done. Something here recently that you guys should know Michael B. Jordan from is Black Panther as Killmonger.
Yep.
He was Killmonger. What'd you guys? I know we've kind of had a whole podcast based on like our review of Black Panther, but how did you guys feel about Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger?
He was the best part of that entire movie, hands down. But in my opinion, that wasn't very hard to do.
You bash Marvel films.
I don't bat. They're just not. They're okay. Like, they're not anything like awesome or anything like that. They don't really they don't get me going. You know what I mean? They just don't do it for me.
I know what you mean, because I didn't have the same emotional pull from Infinity Wars. It wasn't as like, I enjoyed Deadpool 2 more than I enjoyed Infinity War. Quote me on that, at me, bro. But like, Black Panther.
I'm sure I will too.
Yeah, like, I thought Black Panther was a very fun movie, and Michael B. Jordan's performance just made it much more enjoyable, because I enjoy him as an actor. What? What was that for?
Disagreeing with both of you.
I'm just not.
What?
He loved
Deadpool
Infinity
tries
War.
too hard to be funny, and it
That's like,
doesn't land.
he's supposed to, and that's what his sense of humor is.
I
I
think
find Deadpool very funny because it's so over the top that it's.
I don't know. I like
know.
my humor to come naturally. I don't want it to be a joke
Well,
every 3
see,
seconds.
That's
I
where
find-
Marvel films do. Like, Thor Ragnarok
they-
was a joke every 3 seconds.
Yeah, and I still think I didn't like that movie that much.
Yeah, my problem with the Avengers movies and stuff like that is they try to throw in these little, really dumb one-liners that, one, either don't belong where they come from, like in that scene that I feel like I know the one that I always go back to is Avengers 2, The Age of Ultron, and whenever Quicksilver dies, and I don't remember who it is or what is said, but I remember as he's dying, he like makes a joke and then he dies and then they just like walk off and it's just like done.
He says like, I didn't see that coming, or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was something stupid.
I didn't see
and
that
it's like-
coming.
and it's like, you've had this character, he was one of the main characters through the whole thing, and then he dies tragically,
And you make a joke.
and you make a joke as he's dying. And it's like, I get it's a kid's movie and all that, but there's no weight to any of the movies, which is fine, because they know what they're trying to be, and it's just not what I look for in a movie.
Okay, so let's move back to Michael B. Jordan and quit bashing Avengers and stuff. So what part of, like, let me try to phrase it. What's your favorite part that Michael B. Jordan has played?
I guess Killmonger, I guess.
Okay, so
Oh wait, no,
Killmonger.
it's the Human Torch.
Oh my
Human
gosh! So that's like what Marvel, like Disney, uses to get people. Like, so they'll use
Yeah.
Avengers, or not Avengers, Fantastic Four to like farm people. Like, that's how they got Captain America. That's how they got Killmonger. Was they farmed it from Fantastic Four? That was the one that I was like, thus far all these films have been good. You should go see that one. I've not even seen it, and I just heard it's trash. And I agree that it's trash. So. You guys like him as that. I looked up the fandom wiki for Genlock.
Creed is my favorite role that he's
Adonis
done.
Creed. Yeah, I really like that. So
Or Justice Young.
wait, what?
Justice Young?
What is that? Oh, that's the hardball.
No.
No. What
It's
was
from NBA 2K17.
what was his name in
Okay.
hardball?
Oh, he was the. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
What?
he was something in that game too for that little weird story mode they had.
Yeah, he was a teammate. I didn't play a whole lot of it. I played enough to know he was in it, kind of thing, and then just kind of stopped.
Okay, I'm trying to find a synopsis of Genlock to where we can see if Michael B. Jordan
I
will
know-
suit the character.
Not Not a
Uh,
lot has been announced about it,
yeah,
except for
I know it's a animated mech series
he was the
produced
voice of
by.
Justice Young in 2K17. So
Yeah,
I know that the the final episode of Ruby that's out right now, you can watch a preview of Genlock. And it's like might be like 30 seconds. So if you're interested in Genlock from Rooster Teeth, go check out or you could probably find this on YouTube. Just like there's like a little like teaser portion of Genlock in the last season or in the last episode of Ruby that's out. It's not the very last episode of Ruby. It's just the most recent season. But so Jordan's production company so Jordan's Michael B. Jordan's production company, Outlier Society Productions, is set to co-produce Genlock in association with
yeah,
Rooster Teeth. So he's not just going to be the lead; he's actually helping produce it, which I think is amazing. Um, darn ad. But like he'll be working with Gray Haddock and a lot of the other Rooster Teeth animation people on this, which I think is amazing because for an actor to actually take part in his production, I think that does a lot more. It says more that they actually believe in this product and they don't just want to be in it. But Rooster Teeth has gotten a lot more higher name people in a lot of their productions, like Alan Richardson in Laser Team. That was a pretty big name. Gary Busey's son was in Day 5 with them. And then the voice of Claptrap is starting to work with them more. They're getting such a good, like, not that they're small or anything, but they're getting a very high list of celebrities kind of coming with them.
yeah. Uh, they're definitely starting to get some bigger names coming in, which is awesome for them. I mean, they're, I guess, really proving that, they're relevant. Their media is relevant, kind of thing, which is awesome.
And I think what's also amazing that they do is they take their personalities and make them bigger names. Like Michael Jones and Lindsey Jones have gotten bigger voice acting parts because of their parts in Rooster Teeth. And I think that's that they actually believe in their brand and believe in their people, which I think is amazing. So they not only want to get bigger names, they want to make their people bigger names, which I think is amazing. I had another thing to say.
ooh,
What?
awkward.
Awkward what?
Your silence.
Yeah, because you guys aren't talking. Um,
I don't have anything to mention about it at all.
so of the productions that Rooster Teeth has put out, what is your all's favorite?
Funhouse.
You could speak up.
Was I not?
Well, you kind of mumbled it.
Funhouse.
What production of theirs do you enjoy?
All of them.
Give me one, would you please? We're trying to suggest
Channel.
things to go get like people to watch. Like,
Just jump in.
Just watch Funhouse.
just watch it all. Watch all their backlog and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll just watch a best of compilation and then jump in from there.
So, as Chris mentioned, Funhouse. Funhouse is like a subset of Rooster Teeth that they kind of picked up, but like they're also their independent thing, and it's really cool. Made up a lot of fun people. A lot of these people have been in productions, like bigger productions, like of Rooster Teeth as a whole. Like Rooster Teeth, their 11 Little Roosters, and then their 11 Little Roosters was their first big production with all of their crews. I think they did 10 Little Roosters, but that was mainly RT staff, and then 11 Little Roosters picked up everybody, I think. So like they're very like Funhouse isn't just their own thing; they're also part of Rooster Teeth. Lucas, what about you? What's your favorite production that RT has helped with or been a part of?
I don't watch a whole lot of their shows and stuff. Like I watched Ruby. Ruby was really good. But that's really the only, I guess, show. Red versus Blue, back whenever it was first coming out, I watched it a lot. But Funhouse is what I watch the most of. It's what, whenever they moved over from Machinima, is the whole reason why I even got into Rooster Teeth. So They are definitely my favorite part of Rooster Teeth is just as a channel as a whole.
I know. So we've been mentioning like a lot of different things, but like Ruby, I've mentioned it too because the Genlock premiere like kind of teaser is at the end of it. Ruby is RT's current anime, and it's actually been really good. It's actually taken off in Japan, which is a very big achievement for an American-based, like a American anime to take off there too. That's a huge like, that's a big deal, which kind of gives you a foresight of, or foresight of what Genlock could do.
Yeah,
And like
Gives you a preview.
preview, there you go.
Foresight is seeing into the future, so
That's
yeah.
true. So like
Close enough.
one of their biggest things that they're known for is what Lucas said was Red versus Blue. And if you don't know what that is, it was a Halo machinima, and that's how Rooster Teeth got started. So like it's video game animated shows. If you don't know that, hopefully most of our people that are watching know that. But yeah, so if you hear Rooster Teeth, you don't know who that is. It's who made Red versus Blue. One thing that I really enjoyed that they've done, that Rooster Teeth has done, is Lucas said Ruby. One thing that they're doing, like I love their podcasts. Like all their podcasts are really good, and you can check those out on all the iTunes and stuff. But my main thing that I enjoy the most that they do, and this is kind of a smaller subset of theirs, but it's their longest running stuff that's been going on, is their RT animation, like their RT shorts. Those are like, so if you want to get a feel for who Rooster Teeth is, those are like, if you can find like a just a long string of those are like the quickest things you can watch and actually figure out who Rooster Teeth is, and they're super funny. They're probably my favorite thing, like just because they take stories from like their podcasts or like their other like sit down playthrough stuff and make a whole nother show off of them, and they're just super hilarious. It's good. But yeah, so that's what we like about Rooster Teeth. Now let's move on to separate topic, but still in the superhero kind of thing with Michael B. Jordan, is we're going to like staying on the Marvel topic. Is Jake Gyllenhaal there's words that he will play Mysterio in the new Spider-Man Homecoming. And now how did you guys feel about the first Spider-Man?
thumbs up.
You liked it? What about you, Lucas?
Yeah.
It was okay.
Frick, Lucas, give me something better than okay.
I found Spider-Man to be very annoying, and there was a couple jumps that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but it wasn't the best. I don't know. I don't
What
think
the
I'll ever
heck,
watch it again.
Lucas? That's probably my favorite Marvel movie that's came out in the past 3 years. Well, no, because Logan's kind of different than Marvel, but it's Marvel Comics, but not Marvel Company.
Disney. It's your Disney
Yeah.
Marvel.
Disney
versus-
Marvel, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Lucas.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about Michael Keaton as the villain in Spider-Man?
He was really. I mean, he was the best part of the entire movie.
My God, would you just freaking give me a synopsis of what you think of him and quit?
Well,
You're making me so mad because you won't actually talk about stuff. You'll just like, oh, it's good. It's okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
How come I can get away with that?
right. Chris just said thumbs up.
Because I know Chris
Okay.
can't actually
Okay,
talk
so-
about movies. It makes me upset because I know you can actually talk about plot and theme and character development and everything, but Chris hates doing
Okay.
that.
So here you go. So, I guess spoilers if you haven't seen Spider-Man at this point.
What you should have.
It's been
like
almost a year, so
Yeah, it's been almost a year or so. But the jump from where he was, he was looking out for his workmen and all that stuff right at the beginning of the movie, and then it jumped to the very next scene. One of them wouldn't do what he wanted, so he shot him. And it's like he went from protecting them at all costs to just straight up killing them because they made a mistake or whatever he did. Was a huge jump that made no sense. There was no like, oh, I wonder what happened for him to be so ruthless and cutthroat. And then it goes through, and he's just a run-of-the-mill standard villain. Acted amazing. Michael Keaton did a great job, but Vulture was not, an amazing villain by any means. and then the car scene where he drops him off at prom. It's the best scene in probably all of Marvel. It's amazing.
So
Uh,
I'm gonna stop you because you said that you think Vulture is one of the run-of-the-mill Marvel villains. I think you're wrong there. So what is your run-of-the-mill Marvel villain?
Pretty much any of them.
yeah. The only two that kind of stand out, Killmonger stands out. I'll give him that because he's not really like he's I don't know though because he still fits in the same mold as
Well,
pretty much all the other ones. He's
say
just
your mold for Marvel villains.
For first movies, it's usually a clone of the good guy. Vulture breaks from that, which is already got a plus on it, but there's no like, I don't know, the motivation to me is either usually pretty weak or is kind of just glanced over. They're, I don't know. I don't watch enough Marvel movies to know this.
Okay, so
Like, to me, Marvel has a formula for pretty much all of their movies, and you pretty much know the exact arc that everything is going to happen and take in pretty much any movie you go watch. So to me, watching it, it's pretty much the same movie over and over and over and over, just with different people.
So, I thought Spider-Man did a really good job of breaking the Marvel mold of, oh, well, like you said, the villain's a clone because he's not. Vulture's completely different than Spider-Man. Also, what I thought was, most of your villains are like, I'm going to do this because I want to rule the world or something like in the first Iron Man. Crap, what's the dude's name that makes the big giant Iron Man? Crap.
Obadiah Stane.
Obadiah, yeah. Obadiah is like, I want to take this. I want to weaponize it. I want to, rule the world.
He didn't want to rule the world. He just wanted to make a whole bunch of money.
Well, he wanted people to. He wanted to threaten other people. He wanted to threaten other nations to get more money to where they'd buy like his stuff. What Michael like?
How does that make Lucas wrong?
Yeah. If they buy more stuff, he makes more money. His main driver was greed.
But like his end, he wanted to be feared. Oh, this is what I like.
But that doesn't mean he wanted to rule the world.
But he wanted to be evil. It was kind of what I want to get. But like Michael Keaton, I think breaks that. Just stay with me. Michael Keaton just like he's like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to keep my business going, and then he stepped and then Spider-Man stepped in his way, and it wasn't it wasn't like the villain came in. It's that the superhero is what abrupted caused.
Okay. So, Vulture's main driver was greed. He wanted to make money. Obadiah Stane, or whatever his name was, his main driver was greed. He wasn't the supervillain at the start of the movie, but he was the one that was selling guns to both sides of the war, so both like the enemies kind of thing. And whenever Tony Stark found out, he organized for Tony Stark to get captured, put into a prison camp and all that stuff. And once he came out, he saw what Tony Stark did, and he capitalized on that to take out Tony Stark and take over Stark Industries.
He wanted greed and
so
power.
So he was already there.
He wanted greed and power, and I think Michael Keaton just wanted, he was fueled by greed, solely greed,
I
and
think they
that
go in hand in hand. I mean,
no, because what I think for most Marvel's villain is they just they want power. Thane wanted to go about it by getting money, but Ronan in Guardians 2, he wanted power because he wanted the Power Stone. He wanted to be able to hurt people. The Loki wanted
This is going
power.
in circles.
yeah.
He wanted power. He wanted to be the king of Asgard. What I'm trying to
He
get
didn't
at,
want to be king. He wanted to be seen as equal.
he wanted to be king
He was jealous of Thor.
Yeah.
and wanted to be king.
Yes, but
Right.
it's not motivated by power. He's motivated by jealousy.
Whatever. He wanted power. His end result is he wanted power. Just let me
Okay.
keep my argument going. Trying to think. Red Skull. He wanted power. He wanted power. He wanted the Tesseract. He wanted power. Like Michael Keaton, Vulture. He just wanted to make money. Like there was nothing. Like he didn't really have like any goal to like get power over somebody. He was like, I'm gonna make some money, be rich, and then like instead of him abrupting the hero story, the hero kind of like not abrupt. So instead of the villain stepping into the hero story, the hero kind of steps into the villain's story. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Not really.
I get what you're saying. Where Michael the Vulture was around long before Spider-Man was. I understand that, but I don't know. It's just I feel like I don't know. It's just,
Say what you think. Say what you think.
I don't know how to say it to where it makes sense.
Attempt, because I just said a lot of stuff and it didn't really make sense, but say it.
Yeah. Okay, so to me, I feel like before Tony Stark became the hero in Iron Man, I feel like Obadiah
Obadiah Stane.
Stane, thank you. I'm
Yeah.
going to butcher that every time I try to say it. But I feel like he was already the villain, the guy plotting against Tony Stark from the shadows kind of thing. And then once, because Tony Stark didn't create Iron Man to fight Obadiah Stane, he created it to escape. And once he escaped, he realized who the real villain was, who was actually in charge of selling weapons to the bad guys, and who was responsible for him getting captured and all that kind of stuff. And he realized that what he was doing was not down the right path, that he needed to change and stop the guy that was doing it. So what I'm saying is Spider-Man, before he was the hero, there was already a guy out there going around and stealing and robbing and doing all that kind of stuff. I'm talking a lot with my hands, but
I do that too. It's all good.
But once he becomes Spider-Man, the hero, he realizes, there's bigger bad guys than your regular street thugs and your high school bullies or whatever, and takes on a higher class of criminal kind of thing, similar to what Iron Man does. But
Okay. That's a very good synopsis, and I like for you being on the other side of the fence because
Yeah.
it gives us both views. So I get your view. Get your view of the Marvel movies. Let's move past it because like we've talked about Spider-Man a lot, and we've talked about all the other Marvel movies a lot. Let's move to the future of like. So what's your favorite thing that Jake Gyllenhaal has done?
I
Brokeback
honestly
Mountain.
couldn't tell you.
I don't
something.
think
You
I've
really
watched
like
any of his
Brokeback
movies.
Mountain. I know you like Brokeback Mountain really a whole lot.
I've actually never seen it. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Oh, he was in Prisoners, so I guess that's it.
Yeah, Prisoners was really good, but I don't remember his character at all.
He was the cop.
Yeah.
I remember Hugh Jackman maybe more. Yeah.
You remember Hugh Jackman? Okay.
Yeah. Donnie Darko was pretty good.
I remember him from Bubble Boy a whole lot. Like that was the first movie with Jake Gyllenhaal I watched, and like I think this will be the first. Hold on, he was kind of like Nightcrawler. He was kind of like a sleazy kind of reporter, right? I've not seen
Yeah.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, I really like Nightcrawler. I don't know if it got a whole lot of good reviews and stuff, but he was.
Oh, he got great reviews, I think.
Oh, it did. It was a It's got a 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb.
I mean,
But
that's almost an 80. Like that's a B.
yeah.
It's got a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh well, there you go. Uh, he was a kind of like an ambulance chaser. He would go to scenes of car crashes and murders and all that kind of stuff and record it and sell the footage to uh, reporters and news stations and stuff like that. And it eventually got to where they started to suspect him of either killing or causing the wrecks or doing stuff like that because he was there. He was starting to get there before certain personnel and stuff did. And it's been a long time since I watched it. I think it's on Netflix. I may watch it again.
But what I was getting at, that's probably the closest role that Jake Gyllenhaal has probably played that's going to kind of be close to Mysterio, because Mysterio is kind of a creepy villain for Spider-Man. He's not a come at your face like big, like he's not like Obadiah. He's not like Killmonger where he's like up in your face. He's kind of plays behind the scenes, and I think he'll make you question a lot about his character. So that's why I wanted to relate it to Nightcrawler, because you have all those questions. Well, is he actually causing the wrecks? How is he there so quick? I think that's going to relate really well to his Mysterio role. Some cool facts I didn't realize about Jake Gyllenhaal was like he was actually one of the people that could have taken over after Tobey Maguire after that run of Spider-Man, but he hurt his back in Seabiscuit, and like he couldn't actually do all the stuff that was required of him, which I thought was I didn't know that until like I read this article that he's going to be Mysterio. How do you guys think he would have been as a Spider-Man?
Probably better than Andrew Garfield.
I didn't mind Andrew Garfield.
I didn't either. The movies that he was in were not very good, but no, I mean, I think he would have been weird.
It's that age gap. Like everybody, all except for the Tom Holland movies, I think the age gap has been a pretty like. Tobey Maguire is not like the same age as a Spider-Man, and then Andrew Garfield, he's not like that doesn't
Tom
fit Peter
Holland's
Parker.
age gap is pretty big too.
No, but like he looks.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
He,
you could tell that Andrew Garfield and like Tobey Maguire didn't fit. Like they couldn't pull off the high school. Like Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, Magneto.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Like he
something
played
like that.
Flash. Played Flash Thompson. That didn't work. Like you could tell they weren't like. And I think Jake Gyllenhaal would have had the same problem that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield had with pulling off the look of a high school student like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I also would think he would have had trouble being a Peter Parker. Like I think Tobey Maguire.
He's too weird.
Yeah. Like Andrew Garfield. So like Peter Parker, I thought was like he almost gave off a too cool kind of vibe for. Like he was an outsider, but like he wasn't really a nerd. Like and Tobey Maguire kind of gave you the nerd, but you're still like he's too old to be in high school. And then Tom's pulling off like he's on the debate team and stuff. Like he actually looks like kind of like when he's in his school clothes and not his like Spider-Man stuff. He looks like a kind of a nerdy kid, like where he's shorter than everybody else and stuff. Like he's pulling that off. Jake Gyllenhaal would have had the hard time being Peter Parker, and because he's kind of a cool guy. Like it's just hard to like. I don't think he could have pulled off that like the nerdy high school look.
No, he's too quirky.
Yeah. Okay, that might have been the word I was looking for instead of cool.
I know Jake Gyllenhaal's been rumored to be playing Batman after, since whoever's playing it right now.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, thank you. Since he reportedly wants out, I've been hearing Jake Gyllenhaal, so I don't know if those have just like completely like fallen through or whatever, and he's just going to something else or what. But
I think if they did like kind of like a prequel to like the Batman we know now for Warner Brothers, I think Jake Gyllenhaal could pull it off. I think they would have if they did like. So that's if they wanted to keep doing the same kind of universe that Warner Brothers has going right now. But if they wanted to do like Like, I think Jake Gyllenhaal could be his own Batman. Like, if don't base it off of Ben Affleck's. Like, I think that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
I think he'd have been a
Uh,
good Nightwing rather than Batman.
Yeah. I think the rumor has been where they're doing the standalone Joker movie. Rumored standalone Joker movie. It was going to be, the last rumor I saw was Joaquin Phoenix for Joker and Jake Gyllenhaal for Batman.
Ooh, I like that. I like Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, which I thought would be very interesting, but yeah, I don't know. Would be excited to see something like that if that ever does happen.
I wouldn't mind
And
Jake
I think
being.
it was directed by Scorsese too, which would be amazing.
Yeah, Scorsese's great. I think he'd do better than Snyder on a Batman film. It's gonna be hard to top Nolan on a Batman film, but I think Scorsese could give him a run for his money. Just because the Chris Nolan ones did so well, everybody's like, "Oh, these are like the peak Batman ones." Scorsese, I think, is like I really like Scorsese, but like for like Nolan to already have the bar for a Batman movie to be really high, like Scorsese's got a big shoes to fill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I would rather have Jake Gyllenhaal in a Batman movie than Maggie Gyllenhaal in a Batman movie.
Wasn't Maggie Gyllenhaal in a Batman movie?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think I'm gonna enjoy
She was in
Jake
The Dark
Gyllenhaal.
Knight.
Yeah, she was Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel. Like I'm
Was
saying,
she Rachel?
yes, she was Rachel in Batman the Dark Knight. Dark
Oh.
Knight.
I gotcha.
But she didn't play. So Rachel was in Batman Returns, but that wasn't Maggie Gyllenhaal. I don't remember who that was.
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes. Yeah, that's who I thought Rachel was Katie Holmes this entire time.
Well,
Which
she
I
was in the
still-
first
I
one. She kind of
stand
still
by
is.
this. Batman Begins is the best of those three movies.
Oh yeah, definitely.
From
I enjoy that.
beginning to the end. But The Dark Knight, the Joker makes that movie. The rest of the movie is very boring. I think.
I think I would rather have Katie Holmes play Rachel as Maggie Gyllenhaal. Like that's what I was kind of hinting at. I was like, I didn't like Maggie Gyllenhaal
What do you
as
got
Rachel.
against Maggie Gyllenhaal?
I didn't
Tyler
like her
thinks
as.
she's ugly.
I do not.
Yeah, you do.
I do not. I just didn't. I don't know. It's just. I didn't.
Well, you told me in confidence that she looked like a painting that got rained on.
That wasn't me. What? You're trying to cause so
That's
much
too
beef
clever
with
for
me.
Kirby to
That's
say.
yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
say that. Chris is trying to get people to like at me.
So
Oh gosh.
we gotta get beef.
No, we don't. We can get beef. Just don't start it with me.
I mean, if we get beef with Maggie, we can't ever get Jake because they're brother and sister.
But are they that close? Do you think they're like?
Probably.
What if? I wonder if we could like get beef with Maggie and then have Jake come on the show and kind of like try to like defend her.
Why are we talking about this?
You
this
started
will
the
never
beef.
happen.
That is a.
I don't know.
I don't know who says that, but that's pretty clever for a Maggie Gyllenhaal cut. Oh gosh. No, that wasn't me. I would not have thought of that. That's too clever. Lucas hit the nail on the head with that. But yeah, I think show's coming in. I'm out of topics unless you guys got.
Because
Other
I was just getting ready. I was gonna say like I can't discuss. I don't know enough about movies to like discuss any of this.
Well, that's why.
So I've been chillaxing. Let me talk about that stupid video now.
Yeah. You'll have to send me the link because I'll play like so. Before we talk about the video, I'll put it like the link in and like we can watch it, or people can watch it before they watch this part or whatever.
I'll send it to the group text.
Okay.
I'll send it to Tyler. There we go. It's called Mr. Bombastic featuring Biggie Cheese.
The name on it alone is. So where did you find this? Give us the
YouTube.
You found it on YouTube.
I ran across it on YouTube. It was in like a suggested video or something like that.
All right, I'm about to watch it. Lucas, are you about to watch it?
Yeah, sure.
It's super weird. Like it's from some movie. It's not even edited. I don't think. It's just a clip from the movie. I don't know why. I just saw it the other night. I'm like, this is really funny for some reason to me. Hello people trying to watch the video. While they're watching the video, let me just vamp about here. Have I ever told you about the fact that Australia has a bunch of weird different time zones? Okay, in daylight savings time, they have about 5 different ones, and they're all about 30 minutes apart. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I want you, the audience, to look this up, and we need to petition the government of Australia to get this fixed. It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. Abomination. Why would anybody be set off 30 minutes apart? It is absolutely my business. The world should function 1 hour apart. Okay, so the video's over. So
Yeah,
I heard
video's-
Lucas unmute his mic, so I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had the little spiel of Chris.
I had to
So
vamp. I had to fill the time.
so if you're not familiar with the film that Chris thinks that, I guess that's from. I haven't seen that movie in a while. It's called Barnyard. It's like where like all the animals talk or whatever. Like some most cartoons. My favorite line from that movie is, "Ha ha! That's called cow tipping." It's like this chubby
Oh,
kid
okay.
like tips
Oh,
over a
is
cow.
that from that movie?
That's that same movie. And I wish like
Okay.
if you ever see me, ask me to do that in person because I can actually do like a really good.
But the thing I want you to note about it, look at the uploader. Biggie Cheese Vivo?
Yeah.
So like he's like immersed into that character, like because I'm assuming the rat in the video is Biggie Cheese.
Yes, the
Yeah.
rat. And that's voiced by the rapper Shaggy.
I don't know who that rapper is.
I
Wasn't
don't-
me.
wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
I don't know that song.
What?
You know that song.
No,
Whatever.
can you do it again?
No, because no one knows what
No.
he's saying.
Everybody knows the song.
I don't know the song. Can you do the beat again, Chris? Will you do the no, it wasn't me. Because I don't know it. I don't.
Yeah, you do. I do this all the time. Like whenever somebody like, who did this? I always go, it wasn't me.
I,
It's from that song. That's what I
don't. I
reference.
don't get your references half the time.
Okay.
Chris, do the mumble thing again. I don't. I'm not getting a beat or anything.
Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
I don't.
Caught me on the sofa. It wasn't me.
Oh, I do know it. When you said the
Okay.
sofa.
Jeez, oh Pete, man.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I do know it. Look at what I said on the sofa. That was great. Okay.
It wasn't me.
Okay, I do know that. So I wonder, does he sing Mr. Bombastic or rap Mr.
Yes, he voiced that character.
But it like is Mr. Bombastic actually Shaggy's song, or is that did he make
It's
it?
a song,
Oh,
but
it's
it
Biggie
sounds.
Cheese's song.
There's a song called Mr. Bombastic, but it doesn't sound the same. Like it looks like it was like re-recorded for that clip in the movie.
Yeah, I get that the clip in the movie was what's his name, Cheese. That is Shaggy. I just didn't know if Shaggy
No,
wrote the original
There
version
is a song
of that.
like yes, it's his song, but it's not. It doesn't sound like that normally.
Okay, that's what I want to know. I didn't know who wrote the original version of before it got rewrote for the movie.
Yes.
But I don't. So it is weird. That is definitely a weird clip. But I wouldn't say it's like hilarious.
I don't know. It was just strange to me to watch. I
What
thought it was
time did
very
you like?
odd.
At what point did you watch this in the night?
I want to say it was like almost 1 a.m.
That's probably what it was. Chris was slap happy and he watched that and thought it was hilarious. But tell us what you got.
It was mesmerizing.
If you watch the video, I'd suggest you do. Crystal
Mesmerizing?
sent me the link and I'll put it in the description. So if you get to this point, or to the point where we say to watch it, and then comment what you think of it. And this has been Chris's meme moment. Or
Oh.
if we think of a better name, we'll use the better name. But I think we're gonna call it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. Please go follow us on all of our major social media. We got a Facebook page. We have Twitter. Facebook.com/BTstatic at BTstatic
What am I
on
hearing in
Twitter.
the background?
I don't know. What are you hearing?
I don't know.
What's it sound like?
I don't know. Forget it. I'll figure it out later.
Okay. So at BT Static on Twitter. If you want to email us, if you got more clips to send it, like if you want to try to get a clip in this like segment for like you think you got some good videos, we might suggest them to Chris and see if he can pick the best one out or whatever. You can email those to us, btstatic.pod@gmail.com. Please like, subscribe, review us. We'd love to hear what you think of us. Just hopefully this episode's been better than Static. Catch you guys next week.
Hey you. Do you like the Tales from the Crypt series? Do you like spooky things in general? Then check out the Good Evening Kitties podcast. That's Good Evening Kitties podcast. GOODEVENING KIDDIES podcast. Each week, I'll review a new episode from the TV series The Tales from the Crypt. Find me on Podbay, Podbean, or iTunes. That's the Good Evening Kitties podcast. Check it out today.